Hey, what's up guys? All right, today in this video, I'm going to talk about how to do a Klaviyo account audit. I'm going to be reviewing a live account that did 250,000 last year, and this year I'm going to help them build an infrastructure that can help them cross $1 million per year just from doing these small changes that I'm going to share in this video. I'm going to keep this video simple, short, to the point. It might be a little bit longer video than usual, but it will help you understand how I audit the accounts and how you can audit your e-commerce account and figure out what are some of the problems in your account in 2025 and 2026. So let me actually share my screen. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This Klaviyo audit is for the brands that are already generating some sort of revenue on a yearly basis and they want to increase their conversion rate. This is the video for you. If you're just starting out, you can still get some golden nuggets from this video, and let's get started. All right guys, so I'm in my account. You can see right here, this is a raw account. Normally I don't do audit videos on my channel normally, but I wanted to share with this because this is the new client we just got onboarded with, and this is what these guys are doing when it comes to their revenue side of things. So $250,000 on an annual basis what they're doing. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to make sure that you understand like how I do the audit for the accounts that helps them get to $1 million, $2 million per year. Now, the first and the most important thing when you actually look at your account and see what you have currently at the moment and what you can do in order to actually scale your brand to the next level. If you see right here, the history of this account, these guys were doing anywhere from like 4,000, 5,000 to all the way up to like 20,000 per month, which is not bad, but this is like baby numbers when it comes to e-commerce and Klaviyo in general. If I go into the list size, they have multiple list items and they have custom segmentations as well. They have a couple 100,000 people into their list, but none of this list is properly optimized. None of this list is properly managed. So they're just sending out emails maybe once a month or twice a month. I haven't looked at their campaigns account yet, but you can see right here, they have like so many members. And I can guarantee that if you have like this much in the list size, it's always very, very hard to actually manage the list that is this big. So the first point of action is to actually make sure to clean up the list size. So if I go further back into the campaigns, you can see right here, last 30 days, only 3 campaigns were sent out. 2 campaigns generated a very little bit of money. Now, the accounts I do, they convert anywhere from like 5 to 7% on a monthly basis. We send out anywhere from like 1 to 5 email campaigns per week, depending on the list size. If I talk about this specific brand based on the list size they have, if we just like go ahead and clean up this list and make it like a one list itself, I would heavily do like 4 to 5 email campaigns per week as long as the list is active. If you have like anywhere from 5 to 10,000 people, 20,000 people, you can still send out like 2 email campaigns per week. You need to make sure that emails are always engaged with the customers that purchase the product from you, welcome emails, abandoned cart emails, all that. So these are the email campaigns that was sent out. You can see right here, not much revenue. If I just go ahead and do last 90 days, you can see right here, a couple $100 from here and there, but nothing solid. If I go ahead and talk about the flow side of things, you can see right here, if I do last 30 days, none of the campaigns generated anything except like a couple campaigns that did like $500, $400. Again, very, very danger zone. Still, they have a lot of list size and still no business from email. So the first point of action is to actually create a list of things that we need to do in order to actually set up and clean up the account first, and then we can implement some of the strategies that I'm going to share with you. Now, if you go into your growth strategies in your Klaviyo account, you will see like some basic stuff like create a segment using predictive analytics, celebrate your customers with the birthday flow, collect zero-party data with Klaviyo forms, use predictive analytics to retain customers. These are very basic. You cannot see very, very crazy conversion rate with these. This is extremely important because the thing is that when you are actually building the infrastructure, the funnel system for your e-commerce brands that you have, or you're managing whatever you're doing, you need to make sure like to use some of these strategies, but these are mostly waste of times. How often people celebrate their birthday? Once a year. And if you have a couple 100,000 people in your list, then it makes sense to actually build a proper flow around the customer birthday. And if I talk about the creating a segment using predictive analytics, we'll get into segments later in this video, but just wanted to share like what Klaviyo offers is not very helpful. So let's jump into this list section and let's start building some list items. All right, guys, so just to save some time, I created a list pre this video because I want to save some time so you're not wasting time watching this video. Let me actually change the size of this list so you can actually see what's going on. So first thing first, we have suggested list name and structure. I am going to suggest only 5 list items that people or the customer will be able to see. So if you have a brand, you need to make sure you don't have like more than 4 or 5 list items. If you're just starting out or if you're just cleaning up the account. So general list, that is suppressed. We will actually export all the lists from this account. We will import it back into the general list and suppress that list and clean up. Normally, I personally use zero bounds in order to actually test out which specific list or emails are still working. So we are not wasting time in getting a lot of bounces and burning our domain. The second thing list is the welcome list, which is the newsletter, abandoned list, which is the checkout process. Existing customers, this is going to be a separate list of people that are going to be existing customers. Then we have custom segmentations. This client run Facebook and Google ads on a daily basis, so we have to make sure we have custom segmentation right there. Then we have email automation flow naming suggestions. So these are going to be the automations name that I am going to suggest. This is very basic stuff. Welcome email newsletter, abandoned cart checkout, browse abandonment cart checkout, reactivation, existing customers, subscriptions, existing customer upsell. So I have a little bit of space in order to actually make this a little bit detailed audit around what we need for in addition to actually make sure that our email account is cleaned up and to the point. All right, so first thing first I want to do is we have a list of suggested name for the list and structure. Then we have email automations, flow name suggestions, and we have this list ready to go. Now, the third thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to copy and paste this right here. The third thing we need to do is we need to focus on email campaigns and send out calendar. Okay. With this, what we do is we need to make sure that we're not just setting up email automations. We are also focusing on building email campaigns. Email campaigns is a backbone for any e-commerce store. If you're not sending out email campaigns, it's not going to go for a very long way. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to suggest something where we're going to say like, send out at least 2 to 3. Sorry, my screen changed. Send out at least 2 to 3 email campaigns on a weekly basis. Okay. And content calendar will be provided. Okay. Now, first thing first, I want to make sure that you understand is we need to make sure that content calendar has 2 main things. One is the nurture emails plus offer. The second thing is going to be offer email plus discounts. The third email, this is optional. It's not 100% that you have to do it, but this is 100% optional. This is going to be an offer email plus discounts specific categories. Okay. So let's say if the person sells like an eye mask or foot pads or face products or skincare products, you can make this a little bit more detailed as well in terms of like what specific categories it's going to be. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this video because it will take some time. I'm going to pause this video and I'm going to show you what are some of the categories that I personally think, based on any brand that you may have, and what are some of the categories and the subcategories looks like, so you have a visual picture of like, hey, this is how I can actually increase the conversion rate for my e-commerce store. All right, guys. So I actually added the categories, the subcategories for the emails that we can do. So first thing first, we have to do like offer emails plus discounts for the specific categories. We already talked about these two. So this one is going to be offer email plus discounts for specific categories. We have the best sellers, bundle and kits, body care, face care, and then we have by concern. So by concern is not the perfect language, but it's like based on sleep and relaxation, muscles and joy and detox and cleanse. You can name it whatever you want. But again, this is just an example. I want to save some time for this video to actually show you what are some of the most important things that you need in order to actually scale your brand. Now we have a clear infrastructure around suggested list name and structure, email automation flow for naming suggestions. We have email campaigns and send out calendars. Now we need to make sure for the send out calendar, we can talk about send out times can be every other day. And if we do like an example, we can do like if email goes out on Tuesday, the next one goes out on Thursday. Okay. Now you might be thinking like, hey, what is the best time to actually send out the email? There's a lot of different theories around that, to be honest with you. It depends on the industry and the type of people that you are targeting. I am very involved in the cannabis space. So cannabis people are hella active when it comes to late night. So if you send out an email even at like 2 a.m., you see like a big boost of sales in that specific time, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. Because these guys that takes heavy cannabis, they don't sleep much in the night. So I'm just giving you an example that what we test. People that are in the supplement space, they heavily take decision early in the mornings because a lot of them are gym goers. Depends on the type of product you send out. Sell. So it depends totally on your specific niche, but I'm just giving you like what works for us. So as you can see right here, this is a full template. Detail audit that is ready. This is a very basic detail audit. A baby can do this audit. All right. So there's nothing special about this. Now, the most important thing and the most special thing about it is actually how the emails looks like. So let me actually show you some Figma templates. All right, guys. So when it comes to like email templates, I'm just giving you a preview. Obviously, like when it comes to the design side of things and how we work with the clients, I normally set up like a full design email pack for them in terms of like different email styles and what we're gonna do in each specific email on a weekly basis. Now, this is just an example because I wanted to share with you because this is a backbone of your email. So if you just do an audit, this is not enough. You need to make sure the branding, the colors of emails, everything aligns with the actual customer who you are serving. Because if you don't, then you're half-assed done. All right. And you cannot bring like 7, 8%, 9% conversion rate on a weekly basis if your emails design suck. Of course, strategy matters, copy matters, everything matters moving forward. But just to give you a context is like these emails are pretty high-end design. We focus heavily on how the design looks like, how the infrastructure looks like, how the copy looks like, everything in much detail, all right? My browser is not loading, but we have like the most pure heavy design emails in the market right now. The reason I do this is I want to make sure that we charge the most exclusive price to a consumer when it comes to e-commerce products. So if you own an e-commerce brand and you are competing with everybody else in the marketplace over pricing, we actually switch that 100%, because if I'm creating a design that looks exclusive, then we're going to raise the prices of the product too. Because the more high-end design you have for your emails, the more prices you can charge to a consumer when it comes to like for the product price. That will double your revenue, triple your revenue. In some cases, we were doing like 10x the price of the actual product, and people were still buying it, only based on the design and the experience they were getting through these emails. All right, so last but not least, I'm gonna add two more important points that are the backbone of email marketing, which nobody talks about. Email warm-ups. All right, this is, again, like the bread and butter of your emails. And if you skip this, not gonna go very far, to be honest with you. So what we're gonna do is, let me actually create this like as a bullet point. Warm up, main domain, create subdomain for warm up. Okay. Five email accounts under the main domain. Five email accounts under the subdomain. Now what's happening here is, let me actually show you something. Normally I use like Instantly for all the emails that I personally use. These are warm-up emails. So if you're not familiar with that, that's totally fine. Warm-up emails helps you build authority on your domain, that when you send out an email, it doesn't go in the spam folder, all right? So what it helps with is, the first thing is low bounce rates plus 100%, 100% inbox show up rate. Okay, so it's not just like, hey, let me actually put together like the best email marketing infrastructure and my email sucks. All right, you need to make sure that your emails are landing in an inbox and you have like 100% show up rate when it comes to people seeing your emails. All right, plus avoid getting blacklisted from email vendors. Okay, I'm adding these things to help the client understand like, hey, this is the way actually it works, because this is important. In the past, people had like 100,000, 200,000. I even work with some 7-8 figure brands that have traffics in millions and millions of people, millions and millions of people in the list. And when we cleaned up the list and when we start sending out the emails, it got blacklisted just like that. So you should make sure when it comes to like emails, you are doing a good warm up for your account. All right. Very, very important. Do not skip this. Okay. This right here, this one is done. So one last thing before I end this video, I want to talk about is, let me actually paste it right here. So this account does not have a SMS marketing. Okay, we're gonna register a phone number. We're gonna get a toll-free number. Now the good thing about toll-free number is it's free of cost. In some cases, it only costs like a couple dollars a month. You can register a business over a toll-free number very, very easily. And the most important out of all of this is to make sure that from this toll number, we can send out Perfect for SMS sendouts. Warmed up or warm up is required in order to send out mass SMS. Okay? You can do up to 5 total numbers based on the list size. All right? This is like a long-term plan. If you're already doing SMS marketing for your e-commerce store, good luck. Then you already have this figured out. A lot of people don't use SMS marketing. If you're using Klaviyo, I will heavily suggest use Klaviyo SMS, because if you are not, then guess what? You might be using PostScripts, and API issues occur all the time with those third-party vendors. So you need to make sure that that's there. Again, this is a baby audit, all right? Took me like 20, 30 minutes to do an audit. Again, baby audit. A baby can just come out of a womb of a person and do this audit, all right? Go in any hospital, take any baby, tell them like, hey, can you do an audit for me? They'll do the audit like this basic, okay? The reason that I'm saying it's basic because we do very complex audits and automations and email campaigns, all that. But this is just a general level just to help you understand. If you just have this in place and you have this integrated in your e-commerce store, you can easily generate 4 to 5% without even using complex design, email design. Okay. Couple things I want to talk about is, let me actually add one bonus pointer for you that will help you understand, like, okay, this is what's happening when it comes to the emails. So we have notifications, emails as well. I'll show you notifications, emails in just a second. Now with notification emails, we have order confirmation emails. We have subscription emails. We have delivery emails. We have cart cancellation or reminder emails. Okay, let me show you an example real quick. All right, so I'm in my Figma. Let me actually show you an order confirmation email real quick. You probably heard or saw in your inboxes too that the order is shipped most of the time, 99% of the time. Like major brands in the industries, they don't even have designs. They don't work on the branding when it comes to order confirmation emails. Order shipped, order package, order deliver, order is on the way, subscription canceled, subscription updated, subscription product on the way. There's 1,000 things that you can do with the order confirmation emails. And this is optional at the end of the day. It just helps you understand why people should relate to your brand. It's just to nurture your brand, to make sure that you show your consumer that you're the best one in the marketplace. So I hope you like this video, guys. My name is Daniel. I've been doing this for the last 12 years when it comes to the e-commerce space, emails plus landing page designs. If you're struggling with that, be sure to click the link in my description. Schedule a free call with me. Let me show you what I can do for your e-commerce brand. You have to be doing at least 6 figures in your email account in order to qualify. Other than that, I will put a 12-pack email template system in the description below as well, where you can download that template pack, change the product pictures, change the description, and use it for your e-commerce store. No need to use anybody, no agency, no freelancer for that. Easy to edit. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.